If you are planning a trip to Southeast Asia and you only look at Thailand or Bali, you are making a massive mistake that you might regret once you see the photos your friends take in the Philippines. Most people think they know what a beautiful beach looks like, but until you have seen the water in Palawan or the sand in Boracay, you are basically looking at low-definition versions of paradise. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 20 absolute must-do experiences in the Philippines that will probably make you want to book a flight before the video even ends. We are talking about everything from diving into secret lagoons and exploring underwater caves to eating some of the most interesting food you have ever tasted. I will also share the secret to moving between these 7,000 islands without losing your mind or your budget. Stick around until the end because I'm going to tell you about a place that looks more like Scotland than a tropical island, and almost no tourists go there. To understand the Philippines, you first have to understand the scale of it. We are talking about over 7,600 islands. That is a lot of ground to cover. The locals call it the Pearl of the Orient, and honestly, it fits. The culture is this wild mix of Spanish, American, and indigenous influences that you won't find anywhere else in Asia. People are incredibly friendly, and almost everyone speaks English, which makes it one of the easiest places to travel if you are worried about language barriers. But before you pack your bags, you need to know when to go. If you show up in August, you might spend your whole vacation watching the rain from a hotel window. The best time to visit is the dry season, which runs from November to May. This is when the seas are calm and the sun is out. If you want the perfect weather, aim for January or February. It is warm, but not melt on the sidewalk hot yet. March to May is the Philippine summer, which is great for the beach but can get very crowded because all the schools are out. Let's start with the big one, El Nido in Palawan. If you have seen a postcard of the Philippines, it was probably from here. The main thing to do is island hopping. You jump on a wooden boat called a bangka and head out to the big lagoon and the small lagoon. The water is so clear, it looks like the boats are floating in the air. You can rent a kayak and paddle through narrow openings in massive limestone cliffs into these hidden pools of turquoise water. It feels like you are on the set of a movie. If you like history and mystery, you need to head a bit north to Coron. This place is famous for scuba diving, but not just for fish. During World War II, a bunch of Japanese ships were sunk here. Now, you can dive down and explore these massive shipwrecks. They are covered in coral and filled with fish. Even if you aren't a pro diver, some of these ships are shallow enough that you can see them just by snorkeling. It is a bit spooky, but totally amazing. Now, if you are more into the cool kid vibe, Siargao is your spot. This used to be a secret for surfers, but the secret is definitely out. The famous spot is Cloud 9. Even if you don't surf, walking out on the wooden boardwalk during sunset is a core memory kind of experience. The island has this very laid-back, motorbike riding, smoothie bowl eating energy. It's the kind of place where you go for 3 days and end up staying for 3 weeks. For something totally different, check out the Puerto Princesa Underground River. It is one of the new 7 wonders of nature. You get on a small boat with a guide who paddles you into a massive cave system. It goes on for miles, and the rock formations inside look like everything from melted candles to giant vegetables. Just a heads up, there are a lot of bats, so keep your mouth closed when you are looking up. In Bohol, you will find the Chocolate Hills. No, you can't eat them. They are over 1,200 symmetrical hills that turn brown during the dry season, making them look like giant Hershey's Kisses. It is a strange, beautiful landscape that doesn't look real. While you are in Bohol, you also have to visit the tarsier sanctuary. Tarsiers are one of the smallest primates in the world. They have giant eyes and can rotate their heads like owls. They are very sensitive, so you have to be quiet, but seeing them up close is pretty special. If you just want to lie on the beach with a drink in your hand, Boracay is the place. For a while, it got too crowded and had to be closed down for a cleanup. But now, it is back and better than ever. White Beach has sand that feels like baby powder. It stays cool even in the hot sun. At night, the whole beach comes alive with fire dancers, live music, and seafood buffets. If the main beach is too loud for you, head over to Bolabog Beach. For the animal lovers, you can go swimming with whale sharks. These are the biggest fish in the world, the size of a school bus, but they are gentle giants. You can do this in Oslob, which is very popular, but can feel a bit crowded. Or in Donsel, where the experience is more natural and eco-friendly. Being in the water next to something that big makes you realize how small we really are. If you get tired of the heat, head up into the mountains of Luzon to see the Banwi rice terraces. These were carved into the mountains by hand over 2,000 years ago. People call them the eighth wonder of the world. The scale of it is hard to wrap your head around. You can hike through the terraces and stay in small villages. Speaking of hiking, if you want a real challenge, try Mount Pulag. It is the third highest mountain in the country. People hike up in the middle of the night to reach the summit by dawn. If you are lucky, you will see the Sea of Clouds, where you are standing above the clouds. If you prefer walking on flat ground, head to Vigan. It's a city that looks like it was frozen in time from the Spanish colonial era. The most famous street is Calle Crisologo. It's all cobblestones and old stone houses. You can take a ride in a calesa, which is a horse-drawn carriage. In Manila, the capital, you should visit Intramuros. This is the walled city built by the Spanish. You can walk along the massive stone walls, visit Fort Santiago, and see the old churches. Manila can be chaotic and loud, but inside these walls, it feels much calmer. And speaking of Manila, don't miss the sunset at Manila Bay. Back in the islands, Cebu is home to Kawasan Falls. This isn't just a waterfall you look at, it's an adventure. You can do canyoneering, which means you hike, swim, and jump off cliffs into turquoise water to get to the main falls. It's a total adrenaline rush. If you want something more peaceful, go to Apo Island. It's a marine sanctuary where the water is so healthy that you are almost guaranteed to see sea turtles. For the true explorers, there is Batanes. This is the northernmost part of the Philippines, way up near Taiwan. It doesn't look like the rest of the country. There are rolling green hills, stone houses, and rocky cliffs. The weather is cooler, and the culture of the Ivatan people is very distinct. If you find yourself in the province of Pangasinan, visit the 100 Islands National Park. There are actually over 100 small islands shaped like mushrooms. You can't visit without doing a food tour. Filipino food is often overshadowed by Thai or Vietnamese food, but it is delicious in its own way. You have to try adobo, which is meat cooked in soy sauce, vinegar, and garlic. Then there is lechon, which is a whole roasted pig. The skin is so crispy it snaps. If you are feeling brave, try balut. It is a fertilized duck egg with an embryo inside. It sounds scary, but the broth inside is very tasty. For dessert, get a halo halo. It's a mix of shaved ice, evaporated milk, and various toppings like purple yam, beans, and fruit. In the heat, it is the best thing ever. Here is the problem. The Philippines is huge and spread out. You can't just hop on a train because there are no cross-country trains. Moving around can be a real headache. Traffic in Manila and Cebu is also some of the worst in the world. A 5-mile drive can easily take 2 hours. This is why you need to be smart about your transfers. To make things easier, you should look into booking your flights and ferries in advance. Domestic airlines often have massive sales if you book a few months early. When you land, don't just wing it with transportation. Pre-booking airport transfers can save you from getting scammed by taxis that refuse to turn on the meter. Also, consider renting a motorbike or a car if you are in places like Siargao or Bohol. It gives you the freedom to find hidden beaches. Connectivity is another thing. Getting a travel eSIM before you arrive is a lifesaver. It allows you to use maps and book rides on the Grab app while you're on the go. Safety is generally not an issue if you use common sense, but travel insurance is a must. It's one of those things you hope you never use. If all of this sounds like a lot of work to organize, you aren't wrong. This is why a lot of people choose package tours or even cruises. The climax of any Philippine trip isn't just one view or one meal. It's that moment when you realize you haven't checked your phone in 3 hours. That is the magic. The Philippines isn't just a destination. It's an adventure that tests your patience and then rewards you with some of the most beautiful sights on the planet. If you want to make sure you get the best prices on everything we talked about today, make sure to check the links in the description below. To see which islands you should visit first to avoid the crowds, watch this next video on the screen.